I'm Algimantas. I represent Creator as his ambassador to this planet and apostle of Jesus and his partner, Nebuchadnezzar. I present spiritual teachings. At the request of Creator, I set up the living temple. It's named after Creator, the Paradise Trinity. I am living temple. And the living religion of Revelation, the Paradise Trinity. I am living revelation religion. We have just finished the worship service, and I decided to attract your attention once again, which time already, to this unique epochal revelation. You have seen it many times, those who watch my teachings on YouTube. The Urantia book. This is the truth about Creator, about universe, about creation of universe, evolutionary plan of Creator, about our planet and the development of life on the planet, as well as about Jesus and his life and teachings. So the total number of pages exceed 2,000. Plus, the authors of the papers, as the truth is and reality of Creator is presented in this book in different documents. They are called papers, 196 papers. So the authors of these papers are spiritual personalities of different spiritual status, rank. Some of them have originated directly from Creator, the Paradise Trinity. Others might be of local universe order, being created by the sons and daughters of Creator, originated by Creator himself. So the material put into this revelation, epochal revelation book, the Urantia book, is not of the human mind, say, in vision or level. It's generated by a much higher than human mind, but meant for the human mind. And many generations into the future. The book has been first published in 1955, 10 years after the Second World War. But the Revelation papers started arriving already in the first third of the 20th century. And the Revelation papers have been already completed as back as in 1934. But the book has not appeared until 10 years after the Second World War, because there was a warning by the higher spiritual personalities to humans. Do not print the book now, because there is approaching a big war. People would not take care for this sort of information. They will not be interested in this type of revelation. So that's why revelations are necessary, because without revelations, without spiritual teachers, it is impossible to develop humanity, to develop civilization. Civilization is not developing just by chance. It has a qualified leading first by spiritual forces from within, including even the Creator himself, and by the efforts taken to assist humans on the part of the providence, Creator's providence, that is a collective of different spiritual personalities assisting humans in developing their civilization. So that's why Revelations, it's a higher truth presented either through the lips of the human beings or through written papers, printed papers. I've already showed you several times. These are the books I received from Creator as revelations, and I put them and had them printed in material books. So the first volume of Creator teachings, A Blink of Eternity, Akimirkos Amžinybė. The second volume of Creator's revelations, Gyvoji tyla, The Living Silence. The third volume, The Love Might, or The Might of Love, Meilės galia. They are all in my native language, Lithuanian. And the last one, just recently printed, Tu manyje, which means you are within. And the Revelation book by Jesus Christ, Kalbu jums vėl, I speak to you again. This is the second edition with supplement. This book is also translated into English. Oh, it's in Russian. It's also in Russian. I speak to you again, and in English. And this very same epochal revelation I translated from English into Lithuanian, my native language, the Urantia book. So these are the sources that lead humanity to a higher step or level of civilization. Actually, they assist humans to step on a higher level of the development of civilization. But the leader is Creator himself. He is leading each of us from within, because he has bestowed his spirit, thought adjuster, on our mind, and working once our consciousness is disconnected, when we are asleep. So he is passing a lot of information to our subconsciousness. But when we worship Creator, we disconnect our subconsciousness, and our consciousness is in a standby mode. Meanwhile, we'll open up or turn on our superconsciousness. So all the prayer channel all our messages in worshiping Creator and in presenting to Him petition prayers pass through our superconsciousness, and we can receive revelations from Creator through this very same superconsciousness channel. So all these books, these revelations have been received by me through my superconsciousness from Creator as well as from Jesus. Now I want to apply to this epochal revelation book, the Urantia book. When I study this revelation book, and especially the life and teachings of Jesus, I come across many, many bright ideas presented in the teachings of Jesus. Some of them are shorter, others are longer. Some of them are detailized, others are just mentioned. So now I would like to address episode when Jesus and his apostles were presenting their own living word to the mobs who followed them, because there were many people following them in groups. So of course this sort of fame, as there was no internet, no telephones, no computers, so this fame of Jesus was passing through lips from one person to another person. And they would gather around Jesus to listen to his teachings, spiritual teachings about the heavenly kingdom. But the religious leaders, and especially the members of the Sanhedrin, that is the council controlling all the synagogues in Jerusalem. Synagogues in other cities were more or less liberal in comparison with the Jerusalem synagogues, who were dominated by the decisions of Sanhedrin. So the members of the Sanhedrin realized that there is a big danger in Jesus, in his teachings. They might lose their power, their influence to the mobs, to the believers. That's why they decided just to do something with Jesus. Well, at first they sent their spies just to listen to his teachings and then try to figure out what he meant by his teachings. What sort of a heavenly kingdom he had in mind. Maybe he wants to push them aside from their religious and spiritual influence to the people, and of course to the wealth they accumulated. So that's why Jesus had a lot of resistance on their part. And when he was once in a synagogue, and he was speaking that he brought the truth from the Father, and he is trying to reveal the Father to them, and he himself lives this truth in his life. So he was wondering why they don't believe him. And he was even explaining that should Abraham live now, he would support his teachings. And of course, the spies of Sanhedrin got surprised by these words, and they were even indignant. That's why they angrily asked, "So you are not yet 50 years old, and how dare you say that you saw Abraham?" Jesus could not continue the discourse, and before leaving he noticed, "Verily, verily, I say to you, before Abraham was, I am." Of course, this is the fact, the truth, because Jesus is the bestowal of Creator Son who has originated directly from Creator, and he has established the local universe together with his partner, Creator Daughter Nebuchadnezzar. So even when there were no any living beings in this part of the creation, Jesus, as Creator Son, was already operating. So nothing speaking about our planet, which is very young, and the evolution on the planet, which is just, human evolution of the planet is just a little bit under 1 million years. So it's a very young civilization. And currently, the Master Creator Son, of course, he was operating during all these billion of years. So of course he was even before Abraham. But those religious leaders took his words as blasphemy and retorted that his words are from the devil. Jesus and the apostles left the synagogue building, and it had been agreed that Lazarus and his sisters, Martha and Mary, would wait for him at their friend's house, where Jesus, it had been agreed before, would stay for some time together with them, while apostles were scattered, and they spent this period in smaller groups, just around this place. So at that time, Lazarus, Martha, and Mary lived alone, because their parents had passed away, and Martha took the responsibility to take care of the family everyday needs. And when she saw Jesus, she decided that she would prepare the evening meal for Jesus and for themselves. But her mind was occupied with plenty of trifles, unnecessary trifles. And of course, very soon she started feeling some sort of inner irritation. Why should she make this meal alone? Why Mary does not come and help her? But the three of them got the habit to listen to Jesus' teachings. Once in a while he would visit them. And even on this occasion, they sat at the feet of Jesus, Lazarus and Mary, and listened to his living teaching. And then Martha approached Jesus and said, "Teacher, Master, would you not tell Mary to come and help me?" And now I want to quote his response. Jesus answered, "Martha, Martha, why are you always anxious about so many things and troubled by so many trifles? Only one thing is really worthwhile, and since Mary has chosen this good and needful part, I shall not take it away from her. But when will both of you learn to live as I have taught you, both serving in cooperation and both refreshing your souls in unison? Can you not learn that there is a time for everything, that the lesser matters of life should give way before the greater things of the heavenly kingdom?" So, just one sentence. Can't you see that there is time for everything, and that the lesser matters should give way to the bigger matters of the heavenly kingdom? And how to understand this? Spiritual path is the most important thing, I would say, throughout eternity and throughout the whole of creation. Everything is based on Creator, on His spiritual leading from within. That's why every world, every universe has their spiritual teachers. And all the activity is based on the foundation of Creator Himself, which is a spirit, even more, the source and center of spirit. He has no any outer form. It is unlimited. You cannot squeeze His personality into a certain limiting form. So that's why spiritual teacher is also the salt of every planet, of every society, every community, every universe, and its segments. Without the spiritual teachers, civilization cannot develop. It's like on our planet, you cannot develop anything, even your family, if you are not first educated. You need to receive certain theoretical knowledge, and then you have to apply this knowledge in practice, in your living. So this, who gives this theoretical knowledge, is a teacher. The same is in spiritual matters. Spiritual things should be revealed by those who can receive teachings from Creator, who live Creator's truth, who commune with Creator permanently, and then they can enlighten other people, just to explain the meaning and purpose of living on this planet. And the meaning is just one: to live the life the way Creator is leading one from within, and in cooperation with others, to leave the better environment than one has received it from the previous generation. And this is the meaning and purpose for every individual of humanity, for every person in humanity. But this is coming from me as a spiritual teacher. So I should give a certain segmentation or revealing of this meaning as to how to live the way Creator is leading from within. So I should explain that first you have to learn that Creator is living. He is real, and He is even within you, each of you. And therefore, it is possible to discover Him within. And once you discover Creator within, you begin to get a much deeper knowledge about the ambience, about the country, about the society, about humanity, about the meaning of living on this planet, about the meaning and purpose of one's family, education, one's work. All this, again, depends upon the teachings presented by the spiritual teacher. That's why I'm training spiritual teachers for humanity, but started doing it in Lithuania, which is a very small country. But that's better, because we're Lithuania like it used to be in the medieval ages, from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea. It would be very difficult to reach from one end the other end of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, as it used to be called. But now it's on a small territory of 65,000 square kilometers, and the population is under 3 million at the Baltic Sea. And once there are more people who follow my teachings, of course it would be possible to have such a civilization in one small segment that is heading the way Creator is leading from within each member of this population, of this society. And of course, politically, even it is a small country, but it can also show the course for the major powers, for the United States of America, for Russia, for Britain, France, any other country. Because the significance of civilization is meant not for developing a separate country, but developing humanity. Humanity as the entity which is cooperating for the benefit of all according to Creator's evolutionary plan. And humanity, each member of humanity, is also being supported by the providence of Creator and by Creator himself through the bestowal of his spirit, thought adjuster, on the mind of each member of humanity, provided that person has a normal mind. Creator's evolutionary plan provides that enlightenment and the development of civilization is going on without any end and without any stopping. There might be detours, but not stopping, because once you stop, you begin to degrade, just falling down. It is impossible to stand in one place. But Creator has provided us teachings, and they are telling this theoretical material presented by Creator himself through the operation of his spirit within our mind, how we should contribute to the implementation of Creator's evolutionary plan on this planet and in this age with our own personal contribution for the benefit of all and in cooperation, not in conflicts, not in discord, in brotherhood. That's why I have to train spiritual teachers who might expand your outlook, expand your views on yourselves, on the country you live in, on the continent, on humanity, on the planet, and on creation, on Creator himself. Creator's evolution has been designed for the whole of Creator's family, for the whole of creation. And our planet is within this family. So that's why Creator's evolutionary plan is meant to each of us. And it's time that you would begin to think, what is the priority in your life? Like Jesus was mentioning to Martha. Why should you not care for opening your soul together with Martha in unison? Why should you always be dissatisfied and pay attention to trifles. Just take the bigger things, and the lesser ones will be within. But the bigger thing is the heavenly kingdom. That is the spiritual sources. And these books, and then discovery of Creator within each of you, and living the way Creator is leading you from within, even while in your, say, profession, in your family life, with your friends, you should begin to feel how you should operate a certain equipment, certain machinery, together with Creator. How you should live the family life, but together with Creator within, discovered within. How you should deal with the ambience as Creator is leading you from within. That's the most important thing, that you should base your living on Creator's foundation, which is spiritual. That's the biggest thing. Just think about you have just heard. You should also open up to Creator and express yourself to Creator sincerely and discover Creator within. It is possible to do it because Creator is within each of you. And this is the purpose of you as a human being, to live the life that Creator has planned for you on this planet. And not only on this planet, but even after resurrection. Because the moment shall come when you shall give your own personality that you have received from Creator as eternal gift to the pre-personal spirit of Creator, thought adjuster. And this will be just one personality of two parts, divine from Creator and the creature's part from you as a person. But everything will be one, not only in spirit, but in reality. And that shall go on and on until you reach Creator Himself on Paradise and beyond in eternity. That's why I open to you this possibility. Discover Creator within, sincerely addressing Him every day. Choose the time that suits you most of all and best of all.